Is it possible to daily a 68-year-old Land Rover like my Land Rover Series One that I have here right behind me? Now, I've just finished work, and it might surprise you to hear that I use this every day to go to work, and I commute in my Land Rover Series One, and it is amazingly simple and easy to do. I'll do a full walk around of this car, tell you some of the things that have been good for my daily commute and some of the things that aren't so good for my daily commute. So this is my 1957 Land Rover Series 1, which makes it 68 years old this year. And this is what I use on a day-to-day basis to get to and from work, and I absolutely love it. It's super simple to use, it's super reliable, and even when it's not that reliable, it's super easy to make reliable, fiddling a few bits under the bonnet to get it started and get it working again. But actually, now I've done quite a lot of electronic work under the bonnet, which I'll show you in a bit. It actually works every time and starts on the button. Now, we've had quite a few sunny days here in the UK, which has made it brilliant to have my Series 1 out. And the reality is, I'm going to be giving this Series 1 away to someone for just £5 this year, just in time for summer. So you could win my Series 1 to make room for new projects in the garage on the channel for just £5. I'll put a link in the description and pinned in the comments. If you want a chance of winning my Series 1, then go ahead and click the links below. So from a day-to-day basis, one of the brilliant things about this age of vehicle is that it's MOT exempt and it's tax exempt. So you only have to have a classic car insurance, which makes it, I think it's £150 a year is all I pay for this car to have it on the road. And arguably, I wouldn't want to take it on a huge long distance. As you can see, it has no seatbelts in the rear. It certainly has no seatbelts in the front. So overall, it's a pretty dangerous car to be out and about in. So I only keep it at very small, low-speed distances. But generally, it's such a lot of fun to run around in. Now, you might be wondering what this strange rug is in the back. This is the rug that this car came with from my previous owner. I don't know why, just never taken it out. And to be fair, if you win the Series 1 for £5, I'll give you the rug included in the price of that. So this vehicle actually could be a 7-seater. You could get 4 people in the rear, 3 in the front, not particularly comfortable, all in the rear. But yeah, it has no seatbelts at all, which makes it quite strange to drive and quite liberating to drive, particularly with the windscreen flat like it is. You really get the feel of how fast you're going on the roads. And bearing in mind, for speed for this vehicle, you'll be lucky to get over 35 miles per hour. Now, as you can see, it's super original. So I have done some bits to the Series 1 to make it more reliable, but I haven't done anything to the outside of it because I really like the original patina and the bodywork on it. I put some new tyres and wheels on it because the other ones were perished and kind of fallen apart. But overall, I love the old look that it's got, and something that looks rough on the top but actually is mechanically sound is kind of how I like the Series 1 to look like. Now, this vehicle also has a tow bar. It is powered by the original engine power plant it came in, which is now 68 years old, but the engine's been fully reworked, it's been rebored and everything else, so it actually runs really well, and it can tow. I have towed a few trailers with it too. And you've also got this drop tailgate. So with that down as well, you can get some stuff in the back, makes it quite good for hauling small things around and moving bits and bobs around. Kind of like if you're going to tip, and if you're going not a far distance, it makes it quite a fun summer kind of job car really for doing bits and bobs, picking stuff up. And the brilliant things with all Land Rovers, particularly this generation and the older style Defenders, is you can kind of bolt bits onto them and make them look how you want. Now, this could have a canvas hood on it. It could have galvanized hoops put on it and then a canvas hood. I do have a hard top for it as well as the door tops. But you can kind of strip these cars up and down as much as you want them to do, depending on the weather. This is my favorite configuration I have it in now. So I have the windscreen flat, the door tops off, and kind of have it all open back. And I think for summer, this is the funnest way to drive it. But you can dress it up as well to make it into a car that is waterproof. You could drive in winter, although I don't really take this out really much in the winter. One of the best things about these cars is how analog and simple they are to use. If I open the door, you can see it's super simple here. These doors actually just lift straight out if you want them to. And when you get in the car as well, you've hardly got any buttons, any switches, any dials. You've just got a turn switch there and then the button to start it. So let me show you how it all works. So here you've got a few controls. You've got your lights here, so on, off, side lights. You've also got then the horn, which isn't connected up at the moment on this side. And then you've got a few controls under here as well, which I don't use that often, particularly the levers. This moves it out of high and low range, but it also changes it from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. I keep it in 2-wheel drive all the time at the moment. But you can see it's pretty cool. It's got all the original badges on there from Rover Company. This car is also fitted with an overdrive as well. So when you're going faster and faster, when you get to that 35, 40 miles per hour, you can engage the overdrive as well, which makes it a bit smoother and just helps with the gearing as you get quicker. Small little handbrake just here. And then some of these controls you've got under here, if I just take the keys out, so you can see you've got the button for the starter motor here. You've then got this, which is your fan. So this turns the heating up and down. And obviously when it's like this, the heating's not so effective, but it's amazing how effective this heater can be in the winter. And it blows out hot air from here, which is circulated through from the engine. Amazingly effective little heater that it's got in there. Then here you've got the choke, which you can pull out and in, and you've also got a hand throttle control, so you can manually control the throttle. So to start the car, easy, all you do, put the keys in, turn that there. You can see, you can hear that little fuel pump bubble on there. 2 lights are on. Press the start button just here, and then it starts. And that's the great thing with this. Now I've fixed it and sorted it. It just starts as simple as that, and it runs really, really well. Other things we've got here, we've got the speedometer here, which I say you get to about there, and that's about as far as it goes. It's measuring at the moment 21,835 miles. However, I'll be honest, that's definitely rolled over a couple of times in its lifetime, in its last 68 years. It definitely hasn't just done 21,000 miles. On this dial here, you've got your amps and you've got your fuel as well. I don't know how, it is actually accurate, just under half a tank. The fuel tank is actually under the seat, which I'll show you in a minute. So, gear stick here, then your other levers there, you've got your heating, pretty much everything you've seen there, standard accelerator, brake and clutch, and you also got engine temperature there too. This is your indicator stalk here, which lights up at the end, a little light. Very nice and simple to use, but often you do forget to cancel it. And also when you do have the hardtop on, these are your vents, which you'll find on any Defender before, is it 2007 when the Puma came out? They all have the vents on them, TD5s do, and then these obviously, this is where it came from originally. Now the windscreen itself is just folded back, but you can simply fold it back up yourself if you want and then bolt it down there. And that is your windscreen up if you want it to be. I prefer it down myself. And if we go around the other side, let me show you some of the other bits. So from a driver's side in here, this is where you have your fuel tank in a Series 1. So you take the seat off here. These are all brand new Exmoor trim seats that I fitted to this about 6 months ago. And this is where your fuel tank lives. So you definitely don't want that to blow up, as you have a bit of an ejector seat, but this is your fuel tank right in here that you fill up. So pretty easy to get to actually, but it does look weird when you're at a filling station and people haven't seen this before on your car. So looking into the engine, what have I done? Well, got a new battery for starters, and then I went through and actually changed everything to electronic, which won't be for the purists in this, but if you want to have a car that actually works reliably every time, changing these to electronic has made a big difference to me. So firstly, got a new electronic fuel pump rather than the diaphragm pump that was in previously. New fuel filter, new fuel lines, and into the carburetor there. This is the original engine for this car, so very original overall, this vehicle. And then you've also got there a new coil, and I've put a new electronic distributor in too. And the electronic distributor was one of the things that made the biggest difference for me. That's the thing that really transformed the of my Series 1. So pretty unusual for this car to have its original engine in, the Rover company there, the original block that was with this car. And as you can see, it's really clean. It's had quite a lot of renovation work done to it. And as mentioned, I'm giving this car away for just £5 for a ticket in my prize giveaway competition to make room for the garage for another Land Rover project. So if you want to win this whole package you see here, it's just £5 in the link below. So let me take you for a little drive. Let me show you how it works. So it's in neutral there, battery on, start mode again, and we are straight live there with the power. Works very, very well, and then it sounds pretty good. In reverse, let's go for a little drive. I'll show you what this thing drives like. Just reverse here. Amazingly easy. It goes into gear better than my Defender TD5 did sometimes. It's overall quite a nice car to kick around in on these summer days. I've just jumped out of the car, and honestly it's such a pleasure to drive and live with. Such an easy car in town for parking and everything else. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys very soon.